Hello, space enthusiasts and Rocket Lab fans. Welcome back for another Rocket Lab Saturday here on the Stock Trek channel. And this Rocket Lab Saturday is going to be so much fun because we are going to be going over Rocket Lab's greatest missions. So we're going to be talking about their top missions that I think are super cool. So hang on tight and get ready for liftoff because here we go. I think one of the very first greatest missions was when Rocket Lab was testing their rocket, and they put up what was known as the Death Star. I mean the Humanity Star. Got confused there for a minute. Yeah, so Rocket Lab put up the Humanity Star. Now, the Humanity Star was launched in January of 2018, and it had a very short, unfortunate demise. It was supposed to be in orbit for around 9 months, but unfortunately, it died a little bit early. So I guess we could call it a Death Star, right? Technically. So it was supposed to last 9 months, like I said, but it died in March. So it only lasted for, end of January to end of March, so not that long. And but even though it died and it's now the Death Star, it is forever in our memory. And let's give it over to Peter Beck and see what he has to say about the Humanity Star. Humanity Star was a brief moment in human history. I hope the conversations and ideas it sparked around the world will continue to be explored. These are the conversations that will play a part in shaping how we collectively manage our planet and work together to solve the challenges facing us all. So, right here we have the CEO, Peter Beck, saying, listen, this is something that is to be remembered, and it should be remembered, and that is why I'm talking about it in this video segment today, because we need to remember just the creativity and the impact that goes into space exploration. And this project, the Humanity Star, really highlights that. I mean, look at this. Rocket Lab made its own star. It doesn't get any cooler than this. Well, in Rocket Lab's case, they can get cooler, and they always do. So this Humanity Star had like 76 reflective panels on it that reflected the sunlight and made it like this shining disco ball just going around in the sky and going into orbit for people all over the world to see and be inspired by this thing. Now, this was one of Rocket Lab's very first missions, and let me tell you what, it was a work of art. It is awesome. They like literally became their own star. Like, that is so cool that they created their own star. I wish it was still up there, so we could see it, but, some people weren't so happy about it. Some astronomers thought, but I think it's the coolest thing, and that is why it deserves to be on this list of Rocket Lab's greatest missions. Now, some of you may remember back in June 28th of 2022, the launch of the Lunar Capstone mission. Now, the Lunar Capstone mission, I think, deserves to be in one of the greatest missions because it has paved the way for NASA's Lunar Space Station. That's right, it's called the Gateway Lunar Space Station. And the Gateway Lunar Space Station is going to be a place where astronauts and scientists can explore and test and do their research all above the moon in lunar orbit. So by launching the Lunar Capstone mission, Rocket Lab was able to use their Photon satellite bus to help carry the Capstone satellite on its way in its 4-month journey and slingshot it into the orbit around the moon, and there it would stay and collect data and finally return so that the NASA Artemis mission and the Gateway space station will have more data to achieve the future missions. And if you haven't already seen the video I made all about the cool mission of the Lunar Capstone, I will be including a link to that video in the description box below. So be sure to watch it if you haven't seen it. It's definitely chock full of really cool animations, and it's just a fun video to watch. I would have to say another one of Rocket Lab's greatest missions was the infamous helicopter recovery catch. When that helicopter came in and swooped down and caught that Electron rocket booster, that was just unforgettable. And are we sad to see that go? Yes, I'm not gonna lie, I am sad. It was the coolest thing ever to watch, and those missions were so much fun. And especially, you know, very exhilarating to look forward to. However, Rocket Lab had a change of heart. They thought, okay, instead of doing this dramatic scene with the helicopter, let's get a little bit more down to earth, literally, and into the water, and just retrieve it via their aqua recovery missions. So they have made things a little bit more waterproof. They are still doing reusability, which is awesome. And in fact, speaking of reusability, that leads us to the next greatest mission, which is the We Love The Nightlife mission. Now, We Love The Nightlife mission was extremely special for many reasons. One of them was they actually reused one of the 9 Rutherford engines. So one of those engines out of the 9 was a reusable engine that was on a previous Rocket Lab mission, and that they used it on the We Love The Nightlife mission. Now, another great thing about the We Love The Nightlife mission is that it was Rocket Lab's 40th Electron rocket mission. Their 40th mission. That is a huge milestone, and I think it deserves to be on this list, don't you? And what about you, Rocket Lab fans? Do you have any particular favorite missions that you just enjoyed watching? And was any of my favorites also on your list? Go ahead and be sure to leave a comment in the description box below. I'd love to see, you know, what you all think about Rocket Lab's past missions. What are your favorites, and which ones are you looking forward to that they have not done yet? So be sure to let me know in the comment box below. And Jhansi says hello. What's that? What's your favorite mission? The moon? Is it that the Lunar Capstone? It's that wolf aspect in it, right? So the Lunar Capstone's your favorite? That's your favorite one? The Lunar Capstone? Yeah? Oh, she's camera shy. Oh, she got camera shy. She just left. Sorry, guys. Jhansi got camera shy. She just left the room, but she said that, you know, according to her early wolf ancestors, the Lunar Capstone mission is her favorite because it involves the moon. And that's all for now. Join me and my sidekick, Jhansi, on the next Stock Trek. And don't forget, invest long and prosper.